So for the guys that are new here, this is where I will be sharing pieces that I am currently interested in. Also pieces that I have passed on the pre-order. And also pieces that I did pre-order or paid for the follow-up payments. I will also be sharing my thoughts on why I like a certain statue or why I pass on the pre-order. And you will also be able to see pieces that I will be receiving very soon. So with that out of the way, let's start. First is we have this teaser for an upcoming Black Panther. Not a lot has been revealed yet, but so far by just looking at the portrait, I'm already liking what I'm seeing. Never been a fan of simple Black Panthers with no details or textures. So I'd always prefer an MCU version of Black Panther, or maybe even a mix of the comics and the MCU. Next is this very beautiful Harley Quinn. These are just work in progress of the sculpt, but you can already tell that she's gonna be a beauty. Next is this Lady Sif. Never thought I'd be interested in this character. Was originally just gonna collect the main cast of the Asgardians or Asgardian characters that I love. But if this one sells for maybe like $800 or less, I'd be very interested. Next is this teaser of a medieval spawn. Nothing else to show but this one. But so far I'm already loving it. And it's probably gonna be my first spawn statue. But of course that will depend on the price. Next is this upcoming Thanos. I know I already have a lot of Thanos already, but still gonna consider this one. Hopefully it's a throne and can rival the Sideshow one. And I know that Caleb is also sculpting a Thanos for a different studio. Lastly is this Wolverine that's greatly inspired from the Quater Scale bust of Daniel Bell for Sideshow. Was quite amazed that nobody made a full-size Quater Scale statue of Wolverine in that pose. Was originally interested on getting the Sideshow bust and hire a sculptor here in the Philippines to sculpt the lower part of his body. But now it's finally been fully sculpted, so I am very interested. Next are statues that I pass on pre-order or no longer interested in. First is this museum type Captain America. Originally, I was very interested in this one since I believe this is the best custom DC group around. I love their Alex Ross line and even the few Marvel pieces that they made. So I was very intrigued with their Avengers line, but this one is a bit pricey for a museum type statue, so I had to pass and was already contented with my Sideshow one too. Next is this Knull statue. Always wanted a Knull that is not on a throne and doesn't look too skinny. This one is actually perfect, plus it's gonna be produced by Ownage, a pretty good factory. But it's kinda on the expensive side, so I have to pass. But I think the price is worth it with the amounts of switch out it offers. Next is this Dark Captain Marvel. Was originally interested in this one since I like unique takes of certain characters, but decided just to pass since I don't really know how or where to display her with. Next is this Doomsday. I think this is probably one of the best quarter scale Doomsday around. Will be even better if you get a kit and have it painted by a professional. Anyway, only reason I pass is I'm not really into DC that much. Plus, I only have DC EU pre-orders or statues with a DC EU portrait. So far, I already have a Wonder Woman by Queen Studios and a Superman, a Black Superman by my favorite studio. And I currently only need Batman. But I don't think I will be needing a DC EU portrait for that. Next is this Frank Miller Batman. I'm still very interested in this one, but I just have to pass for now. I really love the sculpt and how simple it is. Reason I pass is I have too many pre-orders and I think I'm definitely running out of space. But we'll see. Pre-order is still open anyway and might change my mind since I do need a Batman. Next is this Moon Knight. Could easily be a good piece if you get a kit. Plus, they've added an MCU portrait for free after the trailer was revealed. Love the sculpt on this one and might still consider getting a kit. Lastly is this Samurai Wolverine. Was originally interested in this one but decided to pass last minute because I wanted a Samurai Wolverine with armors. But I think his mask looks dope. I kinda wish that they added the armor. Plus it's going to be commissioned by my favorite studio and it's going to be produced by that awesome factory. Hint for that awesome factory is the green bottle plus the background of the photo. Next are pieces that I did pre-order or paid for the follow-up payments. First is I paid the final payment for my Thanos and Death diorama. Also paid the shipping but they forgot to ship it, so I had to wait even longer to get both characters, the diorama. But anyway, that's that, and this is probably my most anticipated Thanos statue. Next is I pre-ordered this Black Superman. I opted for the one with the cape since I think it looks cooler in my opinion. Two reasons I pre-ordered this: because it has a similar vibe or pose to the Prime 1 Superman Hush, and because it has a very sick and look-alike Henry Cavill portrait. So I'm hoping they get the paint on that one right. Next is I paid for the second payment for this Scarlet Spider. This is probably one of my most anticipated statue for 2022 and I think it's going to ship this year. Hopefully it's shipped this year. Next is I paid for the final payment for this Ironman Mark V. It's been a while already since I paid for it, so the statue is probably here already. It's probably one of the boxes downstairs, and I will be doing an unboxing very soon. Next is I also paid for the final payment for this Beast Gambit, or a Beast on Throne statue if you will. Commissioner also forgot to ship mine, so it's gonna be a longer wait. I have a feeling I won't like the paint on this beast and might consider having him repainted. Lastly is I paid for the final payment for this Apocalypse. It has already been more than 2 years since I pre-ordered this, and believe it or not, it's not yet ready to ship. And I don't know what's up with the factory, but I'm pretty sure it'll ship this year. So that's the end of the episode. What do you guys think of the pieces mentioned in the video? Let me know if you think I've missed some pretty good pieces this month. Post them down in the comments below. Like and subscribe. This is Carl, and see you in the next episode.